is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here, world top 40k player and a Recon Marine Keevil, bringing you some battle reports at the tournament we just got back from Lone Star Open. Lone Star Open is one of the best tournaments you can go to throughout the year. Shout out to FLG, ran an awesome event this weekend. So depending on what video you guys are clicking on, we're going through all 6 games, one by one, picture by picture, turn by turn, on what we did good, what we could have done better, and what we learned throughout the game. If you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you clicking on the video. We're going to go over everything you need to know about orcs, as well as the other army that we're playing against. I did do a video about the list that I ran. That's in a separate video. I'll link that in the description below. And all the other games are going to be linked in the description below as well. We did come in third. We were one of 5 people that went 6-0 at this event, and it's all based off of strength of schedule. That's how they kind of place you at the end, which is definitely a good benefactor. But we got 593 points, almost a full 600 points out of 600. That was super fun. I'm going to be talking about that in the videos as well. But if you guys are new, appreciate you clicking on the video. If you guys are Patreons or members, wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Head over, check out the merch in the description below. Quick shout out to the sponsors, and depending on which video you guys are clicking on, that's going to be the battle report coming up. So let's get into it. All right, guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. All right, guys, this is the last final game with Trevi's stream, Tactical Tortoise. So I'm going to post in the description below the link to that live if you guys want to go watch that. He does great with live streams just because he does active judging, and he's definitely upgraded his kit recently. He's got the cameras that move, which is sick, which I'm sure all of you guys notice. But yeah, it's really good to see Trevi at the tournaments. And then we got voted on at the last game. He posted a poll of the last like 10 games that are currently undefeated, and it was like 55% wanted Orks, Tyranids, and the Dirtbags. So I was like, I feel honored. That's fucking cool. Wanting to get to be on stream and play for you guys live. So that way you get to see like actually the tactics with movement, consolidate, pile in, all that stuff. We're going to be doing a ton of videos about the fight phase specifically because we've noticed a lot about LSO on what players know and don't know. And there's still a lot of rules that we have to look up and kind of ask the judge about because there is a big difference between 10th and 11th edition. So yeah, this video we're going to go over picture by picture, turn by turn. I did take pictures actually during the game as well, but there's a live stream if you guys want to go watch that. So Robert Alejandria, sorry if I butchered that, but he's playing Nids, and I really liked his list. It was Ambush, Predators, and Vanguard Onslaught. So playing Reconnaissance. This is the second Reconnaissance game of LSO where you get points for basically being in corners. So he has the one bug that just shoots spore mines that could like just be placed anywhere essentially in that quarter to get essentially 6 points every turn. If you control your expansion, I think it's 4 points. So you get 10 points every single turn if you just exist. So he's running the Neuro Tyrant with Xanthropes. So this is the guy that gives the -1 leadership with the Shadows of the Warp, which is very scary, especially in the new Ork Codex. We're not going to have Sticky. So that's going to hurt a lot going into Orks or going into Nids. But the Xanthropes, they just murder a 20-man blob unit. They have like D6 blast. So it's going to be 66 plus 24. It's a lot of shots. So they have that, or they have the last cannons where they could just shoot last cannons at people. And then he's got a pretty good flamer. Then we have the Broodlord with Genestealers. Broodlord with Genestealers. These guys have the Scout 8. Then we have the Tyranid Prime with the Lash Rip and the Hormagaunts. So he just buffs them up, hits really hard, super fast. They're 2 OC, I think, Hormagaunts. Then we have Hyper-Adaptive Raveners, which I believe have the Infiltrate. Maybe. Raveners, regular. And then the Winged Tyranid Prime with the Tyranid Warriors. So these guys, I didn't know they were speed 6, but they're so fucking slow. This guy made his speed 12. So he's like the one that is able to kind of go a little bit further. So you start him in the back, and then when he moves 12, he's able to go over the unit to get like an extra couple inches. Then the Death Leaper Red Terror, which I was cool to see on the table. Biovores, Lictor, Neurogaunts. Those are little dudes. Neurolictor, and then Neurolictor. So that's his list. He wound up going first, which is super scary because we were talking about like with the deployment and stuff, like going first, either one of our lists, it was so scary. We were talking about this. Like if you guys hear the interaction of us talking in the beginning of the game, going over our lists, I just kept going like, nice, because everything he did, I could do, and everything I could do, he could do. So it was just like super quick, hits hard, glass cannon, like it was crazy. So it looks amazing. I think he painted these guys, but they all look phenomenal. So I gave him a shout out to that because they just look fucking so cool and different, which is great. So he's got all the characters, the big ass. This guy's huge. Red Terror. I had the old school Red Terror model. He was like this big, red. The claws were way skinny. And he was just like yay high, all metal. I used to have Tyranids like way back in the day, all metal. I'm so mad I fucking sold them. And then this is the other thing with the big ass Bivore and a whole bunch of Gene Stealers. And these guys, I was like, what do they do? He's like, nothing. It's like, okay, cool. They're just there to exist. So we won the roll-off to infiltrate as well, which helped out a ton. That gives me the opportunity to get the scouts going. So during the stream, it was funny because everybody was asking about, are these guys in coherency? Like 50 times. Like, wait, these guys aren't in coherency. And they try to call us out on it every time. And Trevor's like, no, guys, it's 2 units of 9 or 2 units within 9 inches. So, and then throughout the game, even if they died, they kept asking like, are the commandos in coherency when they're dead? Like, if the commandos are off the board, are they in coherency? It was a funny thing they kept mentioning. But yeah, so we deployed this one right up the middle. Just because like if I did go first, I wanted to kind of like run up and just screen. So if like I run diagonal and just screen these guys just from getting to me, and then I'm able to move these guys up to stage. And then on turn 2, I could just yeet forward. And same with these guys. So these guys could just run up and kind of like screen. So I'd screen this big ass unit right there. And then I'd run these guys over here and screen all these guys over there. And then down here we have our Zod, which scouts 9. These guys scout 6, scout 6, scout 6. The bikes, I start them on the objective. So that way they're able to kind of like just launch forward. Now I did the measurement. So these guys don't have scout. So I deploy them a little bit further back because these guys scout 8. So they basically scout 8, they're able to advance and then charge. So if these guys are on the line, they're getting charged turn 1. So I had to start them back a little bit because also if I go second, I have to scout these guys back, which is probably the first or second time I had to scout these dudes back because of the threat ranges. Well, I was DACA all the way over here so that way I could threaten these warriors turn 1, kind of move up and just shoot 24 inches away. Gaz in the middle, the unbattle shock, which comes up in this game, which we'll go over, is right here. And then the reactive move is all the way on this side on his expansion objective. But yeah, these guys could turn 1 wall, just go fucking 18 inches, use this guy as a slingshot, charge onto this guy, pile in, and just tie up all these guys for a turn. And that's essentially what I would do almost every game. These guys were clutch. So this is our deployment. He goes first. So this is after his turn 1 movement. He is basically scouting 8, advances up. He only rolled a 1 on the events, which me and him felt bad. And this guy also rolled like a 2, so he couldn't get them into the position that he wanted to. So these guys just kind of advanced this way to stage for another turn. And then his character here, and then the other Ripper Ravener Swarm is back here, the big unit. And then these guys cannot be downing, which I didn't know until halfway through my movement phase. I was like, fuck. These guys are just going to walk in. And I thought they had deep strike as well. So uppy downy usually is like deep strike, but it could be just reserves, like normal reserves. So they could just walk in normally and then shoot me with all the blast weapons. This guy forces battle shock. This guy, I believe, forces battle shock. He moved up his 1 lictor over here to get in this quarter. These guys were not fully in the corner, I don't believe. And then these guys are over here. And then he throws, look at this landmine. Look at this perfect fucking placement I gave a spore mine right here. So I think he throws the spore mine over there to get the extra turn 1 all quarters, which is great. So just perfect right there. I did scout forward, so I scouted kind of like diagonal because I did have screens right here. So I scouted my Gretchen this way. I scouted Gaz up to tow the center. These guys scouted up there, and then these guys scouted back because these guys are threatening over here. They would just murder a 20-man unit pretty easily. So Then he moved forward with this guy, and I think a reactive moved even further back. So I scouted back, and then I reactive moved 4 or 5 inches back even further once I saw like where these guys are going. Now he has a 7-inch charge. So from here, I believe, to these guys is 7 inches. He really wanted to kill the Gretchen turn 1 because the Gretchen into NIDS is very, very good. So he wanted to kill the Gretchen turn 1, which would have 100% killed the Gretchen, changed the game. He rolled a 7, failed it, rolled a 7 again, or rolled a 6, needed a 7, failed the 7, rolled it again, rolled a 5. So he was out of 5, but he was still within 5 of these commandos, so he chose to go backwards instead. So he chose backwards, moved up, charged, killed these guys pretty easily. The Red Terror moved up, failed the charge there, so Red Terror is there. And then these guys charge in and kill these guys. So on turn 1, he had these guys charge in to get engagement range. He had these guys charge back. This guy was already there to get engagement range. I didn't have 2 CP turn 1, so I couldn't like heroic this guy, or else I would have. And then I kept saying, like, if you charge this guy into me and kill the Pain Boy, that might have been good for turn 1 to sacrifice him, but then he loses the secondary or the primary for being in that quarter, and he gives me more speed. So let's say he charges in. He can't base everybody, so this guy would have been able to pile in 3 to get on this side of the base, and then once this guy dies, he's able to then pile in 3 this way, or consolidate 3. So this guy goes an extra 6 inches, essentially up to here. And then he would have killed maybe probably 2 guys. So then I would have been able to res, which would have been like to here. And then if I wah, these guys then would be able to advance, 6 plus 3 to there, and then just charge and kill all of these guys. So I was like, that makes sense. I see why you didn't want to do it, because this one guy would have like yeeted this entire unit to his expansion over there. But yeah, so that's what happened to turn 1. Lost my commandos. This guy failed going this way, and then these guys killed this, and then pile onto the objective. But I have so much OC on this objective, I don't have to worry about it. My turn 1, I don't wah, but I do yeet my bikes forward to do the screen. So these guys move up, they kill the Lictor, and then they pile backwards 6 inches or 3 inches. These guys get on the point. I just put as much OC on the point. These guys should have ran forward. This was one of my mistakes. I didn't know these guys could uppy downy, and their reserves not deep strike. So if I would have known these guys a little bit further could have like walked in somewhere, I probably would have screened with the Gretchen by just running them forward. So if they're running forward like an extra, 3 to 5 inches up this way, they would screen out all the way up to here with those guys coming on, which then would have kept these guys 15 inches away to not be shot. So these guys died like horribly to these fucking Zenthropes because they just walked in perfectly right here and shot 15 inches into these guys. So that was my mistake. I didn't know that. They should have ran up and screened, or the bikes could have like moved maybe a little bit further this way to screen. But we wound up killing the character. These guys, which took almost everything, like Wazdaka came down, he shot, all the bikes shot. Gazuna did not shoot. The Gretchen did not shoot. And then these guys did not shoot. So I had Waz kill a bunch, the bikes kill a bunch. They charged in, finished them off, piled in. I think Gaz charged in as well. Yeah, because then I killed some Neurogons over here. So Gaz charges in. I know that Gaz was probably going to finish them up, so that way I can consolidate back. So that's what I did. I used these guys as the screen. You see like a huge ass screen there. They can't go through me, so they have to run all the way around. So Gaz's unit's pretty safe. And then these guys have the reactive move. So these guys move up, charge, and then move back. And then if he moves this way, I have a reactive move back this way. And then Gaz unit is just tanky. I think I put him into the wall. So Gaz unit's in the wall right now. These guys were not in the wall, but Gaz is. So Gaz has a 5 up invul save, 5 up feel no pain. I'm feeling very confident right now because he's still so far back. And I did kill all the Hormone Gods over here. So nothing really threatening over here right now. A couple of these guys died to the bikes. This guy is going to force Battle Shock, which I pass. These guys are about to go off. These guys are just chilling there the rest of the game. And all these guys are about to commit a little bit up forward. So that was my turn 1. His turn 2, this is where these guys came in. So I left a perfect spot. It was like 8 inches from the Gretchen, which was like right there. And then 8 inches from the bike, which is right there. So this like big little rectangle was the perfect spot to fit fucking 7 dudes with their base size. I was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? So if the Gretchen run up 1 or 2 inches, he doesn't get those guys there. They have to go further back, which doesn't put all of them in range of the boys, and the boys just got obliterated. So he killed like, I think 18 boys or something. So there might have been 1 or 2 boys left with the pain boy. So on my turn, the pain boy, I made guys. So pain boy made guys. Then I made guys for CP, and then they failed the battle shock. So failed the battle shock. So these guys can't really do much, but I did wah. So I made some guys. I extended the threat range. So I made some guys forward. They got into the dudes that shot them and tied them up. So I think I killed like 1 or 2, but they moved up, charged, tied them up. These guys failed the charge again. So these guys moved up this way. I think they charged into the bikes, but didn't really do too much. The Ravener stayed back. The Lictor moved up. The big Lictor moved up. So charge into bikes. I have 2, 4, I have 5 left. And then these guys, I think, charged into the bikes, but they wanted to charge into the blue guys. Yeah, so they advanced forward. The measurement was weird because he couldn't land like here because of the 2 inches, and he couldn't stay within 2 inches of somebody else. So when these guys ran, he could have landed like here, but then the 2-inch coherency, he couldn't put another guy right here. So that was a big like accidental placement by my bikes. So he had to go like back here or right here. So it was like further away from getting to Gaz's unit, but he wanted to try and make a charge down to here. So he was staying outside of 9, and he didn't roll a 9 because if he goes with an 8, I can react the move. So he didn't want me to react the move. So he basically moved these guys up, tries to make the 9. He kills everybody. So all I have left is the weird boy, the war boss, and like 1 or 2 more boys over here because the dudes came in and killed them all. So that charge was probably not going to happen anyway. But he charges in the bikes, doesn't really do anything. No, this is what happened. So he failed the first charge on turn 1, needed a 7, failed it twice. This one, he rolled double 1s into a 3. So he basically failed 2 huge fucking charges with the Gene Steal. Gene Steals did nothing all game, which that's kind of like what I wouldn't say won the game, but won the game. Like me and him were talking about at the end. I was like, dude, you can't blame dice, but this was a fucking dice game. So having dice that just fail on you, really bad. And he was a great sport about it. Like this dude was super fun to play. It was really good to actually play him on the final stream. We were both chill. We both measured everything out. We both played by intent. We both reminded each other of like stuff going on. And then it got to a point where like with takebacks, there was a bunch of stuff like we were getting towards the end of clock. Right now we still have like 27 minutes to maybe 40 minutes on the clock over here. But it got to a point where like we were rushing at the end, trying to score as much as we possibly can. You can kind of see the writing on the wall because there wasn't really anything left. But there was a bunch of stuff that I'll show you what came up over here on turn 4, which we'll go over. But as of right now, this is like after my wild turn. So he Shadows of the Warp, and I think I fail everything, but these guys, maybe was, and that's it. So I think I failed literally everything but these guys and was, and everybody's battle shocked. Was might have even failed as well. So I think I fucking failed everybody. The bikes might not have failed. So the bikes might have passed and these guys passed, but everybody else failed. So everybody's battle shocked. But luckily, Sticky. So Sticky, this thing I think was Sticky. Yeah, from Gaz. So Sticky, Sticky, Sticky. So luckily, Sticky basically saved me from getting any points. And now we wow. So at this point, he's got these guys over here that failed the charge. These guys off the board. These guys back here. And then Norlichter, Gaunts. The big red terror got picked off the board. He's about to come in over there. These guys screwed up a little bit. And that was it. So we unbattle shocked Gaz. So this guy, this unit over here, unbattle shocks Gaz, which is right here, which was clutch. Then in the movement phase, Gaz auto sixed, right? Because I did it at the beginning of any phase. So basically, movement phase, did it. I spend the strat in the movement phase, auto 6 gas, and our gas goes fucking 12 inches this way. fucking clutch. I'm in the wall. So now Gaz over here. And now this charge is like, I don't know, a 4-inch charge to these guys, a 3-inch charge to this guy. So I'm just launching Gaz this way. These guys, again, make dudes, move up, launch this way, get into there. He did try to react to move these guys to screen because he's got a 2 CP react to move flat 6. So these guys were back here. And then he flat 6s this way to try and screen the blue guys from getting to this. Because I was able to basically charge in, pile in, and consolidate into these guys. Or pile into these guys and attack these guys with Gaz. But he did a good move by blocking me with his Gene Stealers from Gaz getting that unit. But luckily, these guys rolled like a 4 or 5 for the advance, and then I rolled like a 10 for the charge. So these guys were easily able to get into these dudes over here. Waz commits. So Waz goes from over here to 20 inches over here. He then fails a 3-inch charge by rolling double ones. So I was like, hey, I can do it too. So he fails the charge to go into this guy. Gaz makes the charge into these 2 units. The bikes are still stuck in combat forever, basically. Like, they're still alive, but I guess T6, 3 wounds is a good break point for all these Tyranids. Zod rolls a 5, so he launches fucking 17 inches straight forward. So he goes from back here, straight forward this way. He wanted to try and get like this way, but there's just too much space for me to get there. So I want to just clear the center and kind of wait for these guys to come out. Because I still have a unit of boys with the war boss here for these guys. So if these guys come out to try and kill Zod, hopefully these guys can spend a CP, put themselves in a wall turn 4, and then launch forward and kill these guys. So I'm kind of staging. I still need a 3rd unit back here to wait. These guys are camping back here. Snickrot didn't do anything yet. Zod moved forward, killed these guys, pile in, tag this guy so he can't fall back and do anything. And he still has Raveners, full unit of Raveners back here, and the Lictor right here. So after this turn, we kill all these guys. We kill the Lictor. We neuter these guys down to like 3. This guy's combat, killed these guys, and that's my go turn. His next turn, this is basically at the end of the fight phase. So he's got this guy left in combat with the boys, the bikes. These guys are out. Waz fails the charge, and these guys tag here. So I got a couple guys here, all these guys here. And now his final turn, he moves forward, charges in. We found out later, like Trevi had to go ask the judge while this was happening because he thought that these guys had the infantry keyword, but they're technically a monster in it. So having a monster keyword, everybody doesn't gain monster keyword. So with like being able to shoot in combat or out of combat, they don't have that. They're infantry still. The big guy can shoot out of combat, but the other guys are infantry. They cannot shoot out of combat. They don't have pistols, so they're basically just stuck there, which is definitely good to know if you guys are going against these guys. They murder so much, but if you just tag them and they don't have a fallback and shoot strat, they're fucked. So that was clutch. So he was about to just shoot Gaz's unit with everything or shoot Waz with everything. He did shoot Waz. Waz survived, but then he took it back because he wasn't able to shoot his last cannons into Waz because he was in combat. So that was definitely something good to know. He didn't fall this guy back because I had enough movement to flat 6 inches on the other side of this terrain feature with our strat. And that I kept reminding him, like, hey, remember, I have the strat, I have the strat, I have the strat. So if he falls back this guy, these guys are stuck in combat. I move Gaz over here, so then he's not able to shoot Gaz's unit at all because he's outside of line of sight of this entire unit. So that was good. So he kept him there and just shot Waz instead. These guys did commit on Zod. He's like, do you want me to, or do you want to remove these guys? And I was like, let's just roll it out. I have a 5-up invuln. So Zod tanked an entire fucking warrior brick right here and a Lictor. So charges in, kills all the Gretchen with a 5-up invuln, save -1 to wound. And then Zod leaves all but 1 with Zod. And I think this guy's still able to attack. So he kills the last Gretchen. But then I have Zod. Zod attacks this guy and does a couple wounds, but that's it. But Zod tanked an entire fucking warrior brick with the character and a Lictor. It was amazing. So we still have this point here pretty easily. Sticky, sticky, sticky. And then after all of his attacks into the unit here, he doesn't kill enough. Gaz moves up. Warboss moves up. Warboss kills this Lictor. Gaz's unit kills the rest of these guys. And at that point, all he has left is the warrior brick, the Biovore. Red Terror makes his charge over here. And then 3 of these guys left. So we still have a 20-man brick here. a Wazdaka, Gaz and a couple boys, the War Boss and some bikes. These guys, I think he kills, charges in, gets tempting target, which was this one. And then he kills like 5 Gretchen or something because it was still the Wa. So he kills 5 Gretchen. So I still have 5 Gretchen left. I still hold the point. Snickrod can get picked up and put anywhere now. And now on my turn, I can just put these guys in the Wa, auto advance 6, charge in, take this unit off the table. So now all he has left is these 3 guys and the Red Terror and the Biovore. So then we kind of like essentially just talk it out. So I get him as many points as he possibly can. So we just kind of like talk it out, like what would have happened. I was like, all right, these guys are probably dead. This guy's probably still alive. So you're able to kind of like launch Biovore stuff everywhere. So he's got this quarter, this quarter, this quarter. So I just keep letting him like launch the Biovores. I don't kill this thing. I do kill everything over here though. And then we score out. I basically get max primary. All the secondaries are pretty easily for me right now because of where we are. And then all he can score is like Beacon, which this guy would have been Beacon, behind enemy lines, like all the stuff that this guy's basically scoring. Behind enemy lines, he's able to shoot a Biovore thingy back here with the Red Terror. So he gets a lot of points. Like if we would have kept playing, he wouldn't have got as many points. But again, it's a friendly game, final game of the tournament, 6 rounds. So we're just kind of like talking at this point. But after those 2 failed charges, it's a completely different game. Like turn 1, that failed charge, Zod should not be where he is. Even though Zod didn't really do too much this game, he kind of just like camped a little bit and got me some CP. Zod only killed these Bob Grunts, and that's it. And then these guys failing their charge into the Blue Boys to finish, or they didn't really have a unit to go into these guys. Because all there were the bikes, and these guys all died. So, like, he needed a fucking 12 to get to my War Boss. But I think killing these bikes definitely would have been better. He just failed the charge twice. So, these guys didn't even get to attack. So, them going into the bikes, I think, would have killed a lot of the bikes. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah, because I don't think I had an invuln this turn. So, he probably would have killed all, if not all, the bikes. And then on my turn, would have done the same thing. I would have moved up. Probably didn't need to auto advance 6 here, but I would have moved up, charged, finished those guys off. Gaz would have been here. Same thing would have happened here. So yeah, I think the biggest play would have been turn 1, charging in, killing a bunch of the Gretchen, just tying me up for a turn. I saved the CP turn 1 for the counter charge. So when he moved up here, I was saving the CP for Gaz to counter, because if he charges into these guys, I have this guy to charge in to make that charge, and then Gaz could have made in the charge over here. So yes, he would have put some attacks into the boys, but it wouldn't have been enough to really do anything. I probably would have killed that unit earlier, or Gaz would have been tied up a turn, which would have sucked. Maybe not, because Gaz literally finished here after he killed those guys anyway. So just Gretchen wouldn't have been there. A couple of these guys wouldn't have been there. And then if he makes the charge here, all these guys aren't here. So either way, it's going to be a hard fucking matchup, but would have been different if he made those charges. And then would have been different if I fucking didn't give him this uppy downy play on this side of the table. So I should have asked. He says, I think he probably said like everybody can uppy downy, but I just should have asked like about these guys, because these guys are scary. I thought they had deep strike, so like they could just uppy downy anywhere. So I was like, all right, I can't stop that. They can literally go anywhere. But I could have stopped the hidden over here, because they're hidden 15, hidden 12 behind this. So if these guys just fucking run forward, pushes them back outside of the 15-inch range. So that would have helped out a lot. But yeah, all in all, dude, great game, awesome opponent. Love that we got on stream. So you guys can watch this live over at Trevi's channel. I'll put it in the description below. These were the boys. So we actually had 7 cuddle buddies there this weekend at LSO. So these guys all performed even or better, which was really cool. So guys are crushing it, dude. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbags, head us up on Discord. If you guys are Patreons, wouldn't be doing this without you. We do this, we travel, we just trying to post as much content as possible to get you guys better at 40K. And you guys could ask these guys just what we teach, ask them how they like it, and they'll tell you the truth. So appreciate it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. If you want that professional coach in your corner, especially with Orks coming up, the new Ork Codex, hit us up on Patreon, get that professional coach in your corner. check out the merch over the merch page down below. Check out Keevil's book in the QR code above. Support him over at Amazon. Yeah, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over. But these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run a Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the Patreon, that'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now, we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setups that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons. You guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. We really want to get a bigger studio going. That is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.